horses.
Here we are, finally landing on the property. It's dry, it's relatively warm. It's 55 degrees, but the sun is out, there's no rain in sight, and I'm really hoping to catch a really good picture of that pink moon tonight. This beam is not attached. It's being held up by this board and that board, but down there at the ground, it is snapped off. So tomorrow, we'll set about replacing that. Fortunately, there's another railroad tie right here. What I think happened, I think it got wet and it may have frozen and snapped. But yeah, it's, yeah, gonna have to fix that. Oh yeah. So last time I was down here, I had a pretty major mouse infestation. And so I got rid of a bunch of stuff, but then I left in a hurry. So yeah, gonna have to put the kitchen back together. Let the journey begin. All right, let's grab this generator. Oh, that's a mess. I want to give a shout out to Jacob. Jacob has been very helpful in providing knowledge and tool support for this mission. He let me borrow his Predator generator, which has been working. Well, we'll see how it works. I think it's going to work great. It will be absolutely awesome if I can get these holes drilled tonight. I made a small mistake earlier when getting the hinge hardware out of the old post. I hammered them out and it screwed up the threads on the end of the bolts pretty bad. I don't feel like hacksawing the ends of them off. I do have several grinders, but I don't have a bench vise, so I don't know. Probably gonna have to go into town tomorrow, pick up a couple of bolts, a couple of gate pins, as it were. We'll see. Not bad. I didn't expect that bit to do that well, but the holes are definitely in and looking great. Now tomorrow, I just got to go grab some gate bolts, gate post bolts, whatever you call them, so we can hang this fence proper. Yeah, I feel accomplished. We have this plan to build a seclusion cabin on the property, a place where people can come and be in a little house with its own little environment where they don't have to get up and go anywhere or deal with anything like that. difficult part is finding a place where it's going to be. I don't want it too close to the house project, and I don't want it too close to the workshop or the studios, but it means that I have to take these walks off into parts of this property that I haven't seen in a couple of years. There's these spots where there's these clearings, which I think would be great. Because it's not like I want people to come here and never leave the cabin, you know what I'm saying? But if they come outside, I want there to be plants, maybe some trails, things like that. But then they can return to the seclusion of their cabin. Yeah, I think this is the spot. Good morning. Interesting thing I figured out yesterday, I guess, when I was moving some cinder blocks. There's this great big spot back here. You can see all the white powder all the way out to the trees. Apparently, that is an alkali lake bed. That alkali is kind of nasty stuff. It doesn't let anything grow. And come to find out, it also eats through cinder block. Now this one, that was the bottom. You can see the alkaline line, and the alkaline has slowly started deteriorating the cinder block. Huh. Now we're gonna have to find a cure for that. Somebody's got to know, can I harvest this stuff? What is it for? The way it comes up out here, I think I could probably kind of harvest it like salt. This particular patch is where one of the shipping containers used to be. We moved it last year, and over the winter, this is what we got. Anybody understand those hydrodynamics? Maybe my salt guys, Ian, if you can hear me. Maybe Jacob, if you can hear me. Let's get together and figure out what we can do with this stuff. Alrighty, it's about 9 a.m. We're back out here working on the dome. So, unfortunate thing happened yesterday. I'm out here, I get all the dome together. There it is, looking great. The dome together. I get all the screws in. Then I have to use lag bolts to finish all the connections. I got through 6.5 lag bolts and my last battery died. So I went looking for chargers. Guess what I found? No chargers. Come to find out, I left them at work. They are not here. Fortunately, my friend Jacob loaned me a little Predator generator, and I do have corded drills. So we're gonna keep working on the dome. In order to put these lag bolts in, I need a 1/4 inch hex driver, like that guy there. Unfortunately, this guy's been stuck in here for a year, which doesn't bother me. The battery was working. So I'm gonna go into town and get another one.
What's going on? Ding, ding.
Stop! You violated the law.
Dude, the people out here. So I needed a couple of battery terminal nuts because I'm trying to add a inverter to the truck and whatever, it doesn't matter. And so I go into the local Napa store, which is actually like, they sell giant tractors and like people needed auto parts, so they kind of tacked it on. It's like having like the Taco Bell and the KFC in the same building kind of thing. So I go in and I'm looking around the store. I've only been in there a couple times. The lady comes out quite promptly. Hey, if you need any help, while she's going to do something else. I was like, hey, I need some terminal nuts. Oh, I think they're over here. I had a picture of the battery. She looked it up. They had them in the bag. She tested the size. Comes out. She's like, here, 1/4 inch. Here you go. And I was like, right on. And I go to pay her, and she's like, if that's all you need, just take them. What? Really? Like, I don't know, man. I've dreamt of worlds like this. You know what I'm saying? Where you don't have to deal with the people who are willing to help you out. And I'm probably gonna go back in there to get some fog lights and a light bar for the front of the truck. Like, that's doing people right. Got to pause here for a minute. 2 things. I'm going to run out of lag bolts. It'll be fine. But also, a bunch of the holes for the lag bolts did not get pre-drilled. Largely because I used some different lumber up on top for the roof sections. And then there's a few more inside the structure themselves that we pre-drilled, but we missed a couple. So, I'm going to pre-drill those and then get back up to putting the lag bolts in. Yeah. Okay, almost all the lag bolts are in. I ran out, I need to get 3 more, but I made sure that the top of the dome was nice and secure. And then I think I've got 1, 2, 3 joints that need an additional one. Now, we're gonna go down with some 3-inch deck screws and attach the bottom of this to these railroad ties. I know railroad ties aren't ideal, but it's what I've got. What I'm hoping to do is make it heavy enough to be able to hold this thing down. We get some hellacious wind out here, and I'd rather not see this end up in the neighbor's yard. Right on. Alrighty, here we are inside of our structure. Everything's looking great. Everything seemed to be lining up. So if you look closely, we did get each one of these boards tacked down. There's the other one in 3 different spots. Now, I would like to do more. I'll probably end up doing lag bolts, but I'm taking a break for now because I need to put in the cross bracing. That's gonna go there to there and really strengthen this structure. Alrighty, let's get to it. All right, it's about noon and we're out here doing it to it. The locals would recommend that I not do that because it's gonna get very hot. And yeah, there's no shade out here, but I got plenty of water. We're gonna keep pushing through because that's what we do. So I got the bottom braces on the dome and it looks pretty good. It's not perfect because that's not what we're aiming for. We're aiming for functional and we're getting it done. So yeah, let me show this to you. All right, here's the bottom braces. Just strengthen those corners right up. You put in like the 2nd or 3rd brace and you can feel the whole structure just tighten. It's pretty awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and get that braced in. 1, it needs to be done, and 2, I don't feel like climbing up there later unless I'm putting a roof on or something. We'll see if that works out. Okay, I think we're done on the dome for today. Everything seems to be up and functional. Even managed to figure out where I was going to put the door and put some runners down to extend that doorway out.
And it's how it will be when it's all just nothingness that means nothing to me. When it's all just dust and dust, and how it will be.
Well, good morning. So last night's windstorm doesn't seem to have done any obvious damage. Usually there's debris and garbage and bags and sheet metal and other things. I don't see anything of that out of place. Let's go see how the dome is holding up. I'm a little nervous. Here we go. I think it's still there. It's definitely still there. Okay. Everything is still in place. Railroad ties haven't shifted. The dome is still shaped like a dome. Good times. Something else happened yesterday that I've been trying to pull off for a while. I finally got it. And now I'm almost out of time this trip. So I don't know if I'll be able to use it. But check this out. I got water. I found a spot in town yesterday at the water district that sells 20 gallons of water for $1. That means for $40, I can get 400 gallons of water. And guess what? I don't have a 400 gallon tank. So I got 270 something gallons of water. So what does this mean? This means that I've got drinkable water. It means I've got water to be able to make concrete, to be able to put posts in the ground. This means I have water for irrigation. But it also means that I have to go into town today and find a hose adapter for that fitting. Luckily, out here in this agricultural land, they use IBC totes pretty regularly. I should be able to go right into the irrigation store and buy a fitting for that. It's going to be a beautiful day. It also means that I'm in the market for probably a couple of new trailers. Something small enough to just carry the tote. That way I don't have to drain into another tank to be able to use my large trailer. If anybody's got a couple of them out there, let me know. Well, all right. It's my last night on the property till probably July. Got a lot done. Right now, everything that needs to have some kind of solar for light, phones, whatever, is up and running. That dome got me for like 3 days. But now we're getting ready for the 4th of July. Big weekend, should be a bunch of days off, and I need to have like 20 people come out and build stuff and celebrate and kick it, and you know, it should be good times for everyone. As always, there's a lot more I wish I could have gotten done while I was here. But here we are, so.